morning, student. I am Sendil Kumar as a physics teacher. Now, going to 12th standard physics, unit 1, electrostatics. We study about the electrostatics. That means the lesson entire represent the name of the topic. The electro means study about the electrons, and statics means the study about the charge at rest. So the electrostatic means charge at rest. We study about the properties of charges at rest. That is electrostatics. So நம்ம இந்த எலக்ட்ரோஸ்டாட்டிக் லெசனோட நம்ம என்னென்ன இம்பார்ட்டன்ஸ் அப்படின்னு பார்த்தோம் அப்படின்னா, ஃபர்ஸ்ட் ஒன் த இன்ட்ரடக்ஷன் ஆஃப் எலக்ட்ரோஸ்டாட்டிக்ஸ். Introduction of electrostatics from beginning, how to developing the lesson of electrostatics, how to classification of charges, what is meant by type of charges, what about a charge at rest, how will be create, that only you learn about the for introduction chapter. Next one, the force on the charges. Force on the charges. What is the force between two charges? How will you represent? What is the quantity? That is the value of electron that will be represented by the force on the charges. Next one, then the electric field. The third one, electric field due to charge. Next one, electric potential. Electric potential. So then their application oriented, that is a basic concept. Force on the charges, electric field, electric potential, then all are basic concept of electrostatics. Then the application oriented of electrostatics, electric flux, Gauss law, and its application. Then applications is a very important of Gauss law. Then dielectrics and these properties, and then Van de Graaff generator of the application of electrostatic induction. Electrostatic induction on their application of action of points and Van de Graaff generator, and one more very important application of electrostatics, the capacitors on their combination. The capacitor having two combination, one is a parallel combination, another one is a series combination. Is a very essential of the electrostatic lesson. For all the topics we discuss. Now we move on introduction part. The electrostatic is a electromagnetic in nature. Is basically the electromagnetic in nature in all forces except gravitational force. Now already study about the 11th standard, gravitational force, tension, frictional, normal force, all studied about is very well for 11th standard. But here the gravitational force except all forces are electromagnetic in nature. Now, the Newton is treated, all the forces are independent, all are in separate, is interrelated. The Newton treated is all are independent, separate. But when all the forces are independent means, what about its origin? The question is arise. The except gravitational forces, remaining all forces are in electromagnetic field. Now, for the example for the electromagnetic field, first one, the object pushed. If any object, if we push it out or pulled in, the object is contact with the another object. So, the atoms are interact with atom in the object. So, the atom, one of the atom is contact with another object in the atom, because all the object made up of atom. So, the atoms are interrelated. So, the electrostatic nature arises. That second one, we stand on the earth. So, actually, any object standing on the earth, two type of forces acting. One is a normal force, one is a upward force. How will you form the normal force and upward force? We learn in 11th standard itself. The normal force is net downward. So, upward force, equal amount of force is exerted from the earth surface. So, the feet, our feet is touching on the ground. So, our feet is the bottom of the feet, the object contact with the ground. So, the atoms are interact. So, here form the electromagnetic interact. Another one, the object move to the surface, can able to walk the surface. When the surface are rough, it is easy to walk. So, the feet is contact in the surface of earth. So, the static friction will be formed between the object and the earth. So, here also the electromagnetic interactions is there. So, all contact, physical contact, if the bench move to the surface, so the electrons are interrelated to the earth surface. So, all the objects have the interrelated or interact with another object. So, the definitely arises the electromagnetic interactions. So, it is a branch of electricity which deals with stationary charges is called electrostatics. So, already I tell the electrostatics, the name of lesson, electrostatics. Here only the branch of electricity is deals with stationary charges. The properties of stationary charges, they study about the properties of electric charge, that is called stationary charges, that is electricity or electrostatics. Okay, student. Now we are going on the background of electric charges. How will you in beginning creating the charges from the various object. Now in beginning, amber is a solid translucent material. நம்ம ஊர்ல வந்து அது பார்த்தீங்கன்னா அரக்கு மரப்பிசின் அப்படின்னு சொல்லுவோம். This is amber. The one of the amber is accidentally rubbing with the animal fur. The amber having the property of attraction of small piece of paper and dust. So the scientist, how will you attract the amber is some piece of paper. So it create some attractive property when it is rubbing with a fur is another object. So the amber rubbed with a fur, some creating the attraction property. Then the amber creating the negative charge and fur acquires a equal amount of positive charge. Now the scientist is interested about the various object to prepare the material. How will you attract? So testing the some of the materials, glass, silk cloth, ebonite, etc. So the glass rubbing with a silk cloth, the glass also having some attraction property. The glass acquires a positive charge and silk cloth acquires a equal amount of negative charge. Okay, the amber is now rubbing with a fur, the charging, the amber is charging, because the making the rubbing, the amber is charging. Now another one charged amber kept near to the another amber, it will be reflect, that is a repels to the amber, because the amber is only for creating the negative charge. Then glass rod, another one rubbing glass rod kept near to is also the repels to each other, because the same property or like charges repulsive to each other. We concluded that the like charges or the same charges repels to each other. Now amber, charging amber is brought into kept near the glass rod, it will be attracted. So we concluded that the opposite charges attract to each other. So the positive charge and negative charge attract to each other, whether like charges are repulsed to each other. So we concluded that like charges are repulse, then unlike charges are attract to each other. Having some many examples in our practical life, the like charges are repulsive, then unlike charges are attract to each other, having the number of applications. Xerox machine, then inkjet printer, the coating of materials, all are application of the like charges are repulse and unlike charges are attract to each other. Now this very beginning, the Benjamin Franklin, he only to estimate the type of charges. Then Benjamin Franklin divided the charges into two types. First one the positive charge, another one is a negative charge. He only the division of charges, positive charge and negative charges. Now the charges is not distribution, all the charges is not create, just the rearrangement of atom. How will you create the charges in the particular object means just for the creation is not, it's a creation of then and redistribution of materials. Now the finally, if the net charge is 0 in the object, it is said to be electrically neutral. If any object, now the amber rubbed with a fur, the amber acquires a negative charge, the fur acquires the equal amount of positive charge. So the equal amount of, so the electrically neutral. So the net charge is 0 in the object is said to be electrically neutral. How will you the electrically neutral? When the atom, we know the atom is consist of electron, proton, neutron. The proton and neutron is consist of a nucleus. The nucleus entirely the positive charge. The electron only revolve around the nucleus. So the electron is very beginning. The electron is determined by the J.J. Thomson. The electron has a negative charge. Then, and many experiment doing the study about the atom. Then the Rutherford, it is discovered the proton as a positive charge. The proton is a center of the atom with combination of the neutron. The neutron has no charge. Then, so the J.J. Thomson and Rutherford is found the electron and proton. So the electron is a negative charge and proton is a positive charge. Now we going to conclusion. The charging the object through the rubbing is called triboelectric charging or frictional electricity. The charging on the object through the rubbing is called a triboelectric charging or frictional electricity. If any two objects rubbing to each other, some creating the electricity, that is called a frictional electricity, electric charge. So all the quantity in physical quantity having some basic property. If any, for like the chalk piece having the property of length, density, volume, like the charge having the some basic property. For electric charge, then conservation of charge, then quantization. So the electric charge is a very essential basic property or three types. One, the electric charge is a basic quantity. The electric charge is a basic quantity. All the object having the made up of atoms. The atoms are consist of electron, proton and neutron. So whether the electron or proton or neutron having the inherent property. Inherent means is an intrinsic property, is a natural. Intrinsic means inside. What about the inside the charge? So the electric charge intrinsic property and is a fundamental property. So all the charges having the intrinsic means the fundamental property. So basically the SI unit of charge is coulomb and is represented by capital C, is a symbol of coulomb. Now we move to another one. Important property of electric charge is a conservation of charge. Now like a energy is not be created or neither be created nor be destroyed, but it can be transformed from one energy into another energy. The same way, the electric charge can neither be created nor be destroyed, but it transformed from one form of atom into another form of atom. That only the conservation of charge is never be destroyed. If the object always having some charges, it cannot be destroyed. For an example, the 92 uranium-238 is emitting one alpha particle or helium nucleus. So the 92 uranium-238 emitting the alpha particle, it will be converted into thorium 90-234. So the uranium divided into two objects. One is a thorium, another one is a helium. Here 92 is a atomic number, 238 is a mass number. How many 92 is a number of electron. 92 is a number of electron. 238 is a mass number. So, atomic number is equal to number of electron. 238 is a mass number. The mass number consists of number of protons and number of neutrons. How many protons is there in mass number? Is equal amount of number of electron. So, 92 uranium 238 emitting the alpha particle, it will be converted 90 thorium 234 plus 2He4. 92 is the atomic number, 238 is a mass number. Atomic number consists of a number of electron. This mass number consists of number of protons plus number of neutrons. How many protons in the mass number? That means 92 protons plus 146 neutron. Here thorium 90 electron, 90 proton, 144 neutron. Here number of electron 2, number of proton 2, number of neutron 2. See here 92 atomic number, number of electron. So 92 electron. Here also a 92 electron. Here 90 plus 2, 92 protons. So one element converted into other elements. So the number of electrons and the number of protons is not changed. Will be a constant. That is a conservation of electric charge. So the charge can neither be created nor be destroyed. It can be transformed from one element into another element in equal amount. Okay, now another one basic property of quantization. That is a quantization of electric charge. The quantization means the smallest amount of charge that we can find in the nature. So what is the minimum value of the electron or the charge? The charge of electron is minus E, because the minus is represented by the electron having the negative charge. Then the charge of proton is plus E, because the proton having the positive charge. Then so the E, it is a fundamental unit of charge. That is a basic unit. Fundamental means basic unit of charge. So the charge of Q of any object is equal to integral multiples of this fundamental charge E. That is a quantization. If any object having the charge is a integral multiples of this fundamental charge. So all the object, the integral multiples of the fundamental unit. If the chalk piece is one of the object, their total charge is equal to fundamental quantity of unit charge, integral multiples of fundamentals of charge. So that is a quantization. So the quantization or the charge of the object Q is equal to N E. N is the integral multiples of E, fundamental of unit charge. So Q is equal to N E. Q means quantization, that is charge of the object. N is a integer, that is integral multiples of charge. E is a charge of electron. So the basic unit of charge of electron E is equal to 1.6 into 10 power minus 19 coulomb. That is a basic unit of charge and its value. Now the N is an integer, whether the value is 0 or plus or minus 1 or plus or minus 2, etc. Plus or minus. Plus means positive charge, negative means negative charge, electrons. Now how to represent the charge of electron and charge of proton? The charge of electron is minus 1.6 into 10 power minus 19 coulomb, and the charge of proton is plus 1.6 into 10 power minus 19 coulomb. The proton and the electron having the equal amount of fundamental unit, fundamental charge, but only different in the polarity is a type. So, the electron is a negative charge, just the negative positive represent only the type of charges. Is a quantity is a same, it is not different. But in our daily life, the charge is number of, when the silk cloth, here already I have seen that, the glass rod rubbed with a fur. So, it will be glass rod rubbed with a silk, just a transferring the charge. So, how many coulomb of charge will be transferred? Practically is a order of 10 power 10 coulomb of charge will be transferred. So, this much amount of charge will be transferred is impossible. So, cannot be measured directly. So, in our laboratory, we measure the unit of coulomb. The type value of coulomb is a micro coulomb and nano coulomb. Micro means 10 power minus 6, nano 10 power minus 9. That is a small quantity of coulomb charge is measured. Then micro coulomb and nano coulomb. Micro means 10 power minus 6, nano 10 power minus 9. So, now we are complete the introduction part. We only complete the introduction part, the introduction of the electric charge. Next, we going about the force between the two charges. So, having the is a very familiar law, Coulomb's law of the electrostatics. This deals with the force between the two electric charges. We learn to next class. Thank you.